So, unfortunately, we really don't have an episode for you guys today.
Yeah, because
we have not been able to get into our own Airbnb
for a month.
And the reason that we haven't been able to get into our Airbnb is because
It was our best month yet! Booked and busy, baby!
are we gonna have to make merch that says like booked and busy?
No, that's so lame.
It has been probably our very best month to date.
It is insane. I almost said you guys. I feel like I say that every time. I'm so excited to tell
Yeah.
you. But we have not had a more profitable month. Our gross net, our take-home pay is definitely the highest it's ever been.
And we'll get into all that. But first we wanted to talk about maybe why these things are happening and maybe why our profit is so high this month compared to previous years and what's going on with the market, at least in our area. Maybe you guys can, relate. So why do you think this was our best month ever? I mean, it is the high season in the desert. March and April historically are the high months as far as revenue, as far as people coming out to the high desert, escaping the city,
Spring break,
all that stuff.
So I feel that we have reinvested so much of our profits in the past 2 years into making our property even better and getting new amenities and better furniture or better bedding or whatever that may be. We're reinvesting into the house because we weren't as fortunate to be able to blow a bunch of cash right at the get-go. We literally were like house poor. We had like 15 grand to be able to get the house up and running. Once we bought it. We needed to save that money or, we
had to buy furniture, we had to buy beds. Like, beds are expensive.
Yes, so...
We had to buy dishes, I think that it really is truly an adapt or die situation. I believe that, and if you've been following us, we've talked about this before, but we think that, with oversaturation, you gotta stay ahead of the curve. You gotta make sure that you don't get complacent because other properties will pass you by, and we have more than seen this. In the high desert area, there's so much money coming into the area because home prices are the lowest out of all of California pretty much. So people are coming in and making these immaculate homes. So in order for us to compete, we have to make an amazing experience at our short-term rental. So I think you're right. I think that that's one of the reasons that this was our best month yet. We talk about this all the time. Like, we wish we could have invested earlier, 2016, 2018, when home prices were like $100,000.
Like, we should have skimped on our wedding and bought a house in Joshua Tree.
No. 2016, Kristen wouldn't have liked to hear that.
No, that's true.
Yeah. I do think that there were a lot of people like ourselves that got into the market and got into Airbnbs in 2019, 2020, 2021. All of these people, like ourselves, thought it was going to be easy money, thought it was going to be quick cash, and a lot of those people now in 2024 have exited the market.
They're no longer, so many homes have sold by us.
Just thought that they could throw some, whatever furniture in a house, Airbnb it, and really not have to worry about it. I feel like they have exited the market, and that has left less options for guests, and that has made it why we have pretty much booked, I want to say 90 to 95% of the month.
Yeah. I feel another contributor to it is, obviously it is high season, but our reviews, we have over 100 reviews now.
100 and almost 40.
It's a benchmark, I feel, for a successful Airbnb.
Oh, like when you look at Amazon reviews and you're like, oh, this has 4,000 reviews. You're like, this is better than one that has 50
20 or 20. Yeah. We were just literally talking about that earlier when we were buying something on Amazon for the house. That I really think contributed to it as well.
There's a social, tried and tested to make sure that it's quality. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the algorithm could be feeding us more to those people because we have a great rating, all these reviews, happy guests, which, is our goal. But this also brings me to the point of when we were talking about getting in 2016, 2018, all of the people that bought homes in that era, their mortgages were so low, their overhead is so low compared to what us that got in the space in 2020 to 2022, 2023 is, that they're making so much more profit.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
We like to view this as a long-term investment.
Yeah.
If you look at the people that invested in 2016, 2018, their mortgage has stayed the same. Inflation went crazy through the roof. Mainly their bottom line expenses stayed very low. So what we're thinking is that if we can maintain this level of business over the next 5 years, it's only going to be so much more profitable. And we need to reframe our mindset that this is a long-term business. This isn't a short-term business. Even though it's short-term renting, it's a long-term business.
Yeah, I feel like we've really hammered that home in our main like tentpole episodes that we do like this, where we're talking about numbers and things like that.
Yeah.
It's only going to be more lucrative for us in the future, and that's the plan.
If you are on the fence or you are thinking of getting into short-term renting or Airbnb, just know that you shouldn't get into it for a year and get out. Just like you shouldn't start a business, stop a business, start a new business. It's like you get nowhere. Your progress, you don't get progress. And so I think that when we initially set out to do this, my biggest benchmark that I wrote down in like a goals journal was if we can hit $7,000 in 1 month, it would be like, oh my gosh, that's the goal, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, we hit the goal.
Right?
Yeah.
But I wrote that down in 2021 when we were working on the house.
Yeah.
Before we had even launched, and I was like, I think 4,000 to 5,000 is the most we would ever make in a month on this thing. So,
Okay.
in March of 2024, actually, should I go back?
Yeah, let's do
All right.
first year.
In March of 2022, we made $3,858. Not bad. We thought that was awesome. In March of 2023, we made $4,830. So $1,000 more, which is a good amount.
Yeah,
right?
we were very happy with that.
In March
Of 2024, we made $7,813.49 gross.
Guys, this is why we don't have content for you guys at the house, because we have not been able to get into our own house.
Yeah.
It has been booked. We have had from week through weekend.
Yes, all booked.
All booked is so good. Another one thing I did want to bring up real quick, and I'll break down these numbers a little bit more for you, but one thing that we did change in our smart pricing was we made it 2-night minimum on weekdays and 1-night minimum on weekends. Because we were finding that the 1-night stays, it's a lot of work, a lot of like turn and burn and like us dealing with texts. And we found that by switching the weekdays to a 2-night minimum, people booked that.
Yeah.
So
It was
I think
amazing.
that could have contributed to it too, because we had the week booked.
Yes.
It was like 3 nights and then like a 4-night and then
Yeah.
like a 2-night and then, yeah. Like we said, we made $7,813.
Gross.
Minus what we paid our cleaners that month, $6,513. Minus our expenses, what we actually took home at the end of the day after we did a Costco run.
Yeah.
I think we bought
New coffee.
Yeah, we took new coffee out to the house. We had an insanely high electric bill. It was like $400.
It was the most we've ever had, so it's great. We made the most this month because
Yeah.
it was the highest bill we've ever had.
It averages $200, but
Yeah.
this month it was double. So we had high bills this month, but our take home for March was
$3,157.
yeah. So those are like numbers that, like when people ask me, when friends and family are like, oh, would you ever just long-term rent it? I'm like, I think we would only be able to make a couple $100 extra. And obviously this is a great month. Not every month is like this, but
So you save it for a rainy day, you know?
yeah. But we just felt that we wanted to like have this chat with you guys, obviously because we've had some lows on our channel, but this is definitely a high for us.
Yes.
We've been able to focus on ourselves.
Especially during this heavy time in our lives. There's
Yeah.
just a lot going on.
We haven't shown you yet, but we've moved out of our old house, right? We do have footage of that, but we'll make a whole episode.
Surprise, we moved.
Yeah.
That happened. There's a lot.
There's a lot, and thank the universe this happened during this month because we would not have had time to go out to the house and deal with things. It was a spectacular month for us.
Yeah.
And I mean, that just goes to show the power of short-term rentals and what we can accomplish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very grateful. And that was just from our short-term rental alone. So it's it's something we don't have to worry about on top of all of the worries that life throws at you. let us know what's going on with you guys in the comments. I know a lot of people have said that they're actually doing a lot better than they were a few months ago. So let us know again how you guys are doing. Give us an update because we love to hear what's going on in your neck of the woods. Next week, we'll be back with a vlog, hopefully.
Yeah, with an episode of what's actually going on. We have some cool things in the works for you guys, and we're excited to share that with you. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and
like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.